after the maandamano that happened in June 25th, 2025, I think President Ruto is coming to realization that Raila, and even if he will not, maybe later, he's coming to realization that Raila will no longer be useful for his future plans. I think politically, and this one will brush. I think this one will some ODM people, because I think right now it's just about ODM, will not take it kindly. But the reality is, Raila's influence has significantly, massively been reduced. That is the reality. And I'll explain why I feel that the president moving forward will no longer pay attention to Raila and start planning. If he wants to win the 2027 election, he will start looking the other direction. But before I go into those details, if you are coming here for the first time, kindly take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly do so, na kama kawaida, I'll be back. First and foremost, let me first thank everyone who has subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. And those who have been supporting this platform by sending something small, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, Irene, wherever you are. Now, back to my video. I want us to critically analyze the situation that Raila is in right now. And I'm going to give you facts. I'm going to give you some of the reasons why I feel that President Ruto, moving forward, he will no longer hold Raila into high esteem the way he has always done. So I'm going to show a video first of Raila telling people that that after election, you people don't need to cause chaos. You just need to wait for another election. And for me, I found this very ironical. It's very ironical. He said this in Kilifi while the demonstrations were there.
Mpaka tuwe wakati ambaye kuna amani. Kama uchaguzi imekwisha, tunarudi. Tunangoja mpaka tena uchaguzi mwingine ikuje. Alafu jitokeze. Fanya kampeni vile inafanyika katika nchi zingine. Wana kule Marekani, watu wanangoja mpaka mwisho wa mwaka wa 3 ndio anaanza kutangaza mimi nitasimama. Hii mambo ya kusema ati mimi tunataka kutoa hii, ikifika wakati ile nisimama na wewe wenyewe utafute watu upige wewe kura. Kusema hivi wewe utatoka, wananchi ndio utatoa mtu nje, sio wewe. Kusema ati wewe ni kuna shareholders, hapa ni shareholders, wale wengine wako na shares mingi zaidi, wengine wako na shares kidogo, wengine hawana shares. Hiyo ni taifa gani? Na kama wewe una shares, mbona unatoa ushuru? Unatoza ushuru sababu gani kama wewe huna shares? Hiyo tutasema. Hii ni mambo ya ujinga ambayo haina maana wakati kidogo. Kwa hivyo sisi tunasema tunataka Kenya moja. Aka tuko tofauti ya kisiasa, ya kisera, hiyo ni sawa. Tuwe na tofauti ya kisera, lakini ikifika mambo ya kujenga taifa la Kenya, tuwe kama kitu kimoja. Kenya is one. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Nasema Mungu aweke mzee wetu pale pema peponi. Waje nieleze ndugu yangu William Samuel Ruto aje naye angoe na nyinyi. Karibu sana.
You can see for yourself, for a man who has always call for demonstration after every election that purportedly he has lost, and he has always caused chaos and everything until he's brought back in the government. It was very ironical for him to make such a statement. It was very unfortunate. Like it's no one expected that, and that clearly shows you that I don't know how Raila is now taking things, but this is not the Raila that people always know. So I find it so laughable. But anyway, this is my main point, and this is why I'm saying that Raila's influence has been damaged completely. You know, in June 25th, when people started agitating about the finance bill, The demonstrations were nowhere to be mentioned about, like the people just started demonstrating, the young people. And they came and did one of the biggest demonstrations this country has ever seen. Because it was always known that Raila is the master of demonstrations. But Raila's demonstrations never got to CBD. He never got to CBD. He'd always go to Kamukunji, try and access Nairobi, something that never happened, and then he leaves people wakikula tear gas here anarudi Karen. And then because of those chaos, he's called, he does some nini na nini, and then your story inaisha. But during that demonstration of June 25, 2024, after the demonstration, Raila came out and called for dialogue. And the young people wakaanza kumwambia, dialogue for what? Who told you nini na nini na nini, and so many other things. And then later he went and did the handshake. And then Kenyans said, the young people stopped demonstrating. And then now the Raila diehard supporters came out and told us how Raila is a genius, how he stopped the demonstration, and people told them that we did not stop the demonstration because of Raila. And they kept on reminding us, if it was not for Raila, if Raila did not stop the demonstration, if Raila did not make you stop demonstration, then why did you stop the demonstration? Immediately he came out and shook hands with William Ruto and Nini Adil. Why? So to the ODM supporters, they always felt like Raila was the one who talked to people and told people, calm the nation down, and told them that mwacheni demonstration and everything, and Kenyan listened to Raila supporters, and supportedly maybe to William Ruto. William Ruto maybe felt like, since Raila came through and everything, vitus katulia, so he felt like Raila was the one that now made things itulia. And you can remember even Raila at some point made statement that how he helped how the military wanted to overturn Nini, and he had to come out and help Ruto to stabilize things and everything. Now my question comes here. In June, the demonstration that happened in June 25th, 2025, which was a big demonstration also, big one. If all these Kenyans would have gotten to town vizuri mapema, this country could have witnessed a demonstration that have never been seen in this ever, even in Africa. Forget that one of June 25th, which was also big. But remember, prior to this demonstration that took place, Raila had even told Kenyans not to come out and demonstrate. He had talked to the young people, wasikuje wasitoke nje wa demonstrate. And some ODM supporters walimsikia, they stayed indoors, they never came out. But the demonstrations were there. People came out in very large numbers. So it means that Raila has no one listen. These young people are not listening to Raila. They're not taking anything he's saying serious. I can see ODM supporters saying, oh, sijui nini si Kisumu, Nyanza was Kisumu counties zilikuwa zimetulia nini. This thing was only happening with people from Kiambu and all other regions. Ati hakukuwa kuna demonstration Mathare, sijui wapi Kibra na nini. I want to ask you, go back to June 25th, 2024. The massive demonstration that happened. Tell me kama kulikuwa na demonstration Kibera, kama kulikuwa na demonstration Mathare, kama kulikuwa na demonstration Ruma. There were no demonstration in those areas. In June 2025, all the demonstrators came to Nairobi. They came to CBD. That is where the demonstrations were when they were getting into parliament. So stop telling us that, oh, sijui nini na nini, at this was a Kikuyu affair. It is not. Even this one, the people who started demonstrating very early in the morning, unataka kuniambia walitoka wapi? Walitoka Kiambu, walitoka Nyeri, walitoka Thika, walitoka all those other areas. In June 2025 last year, in 2024 last year, there were demonstrations across the country. There were demonstrations in Nyeri, in Kiambu, in Murang'a, in West Pokot. There were demonstrations almost in all counties in this country. The demonstration that happened in June 2025 this year, 2025, there were demonstrations in Bungoma. So you want to tell me that Gachagua paid people in Bungoma? You want to tell me that Gachagua paid people in Mombasa? People are demonstrating in Mombasa. There were demonstrations in Eldoret, though even if they were not massive demonstrations, but we could see clearly people are demonstrating. So it's not about Gachagua, it's not about Kikuyu thing. That is just thing that politicians are using so that they can just bury their hands and forget that and avoid facing the reality. Raila's influence has reduced massively. That is the reality. Even in Nyanza, where you see people did not come out to demonstrate, it is not because they didn't want to demonstrate. It's not because they listen to Raila. No. People are just there watching. Because remember, when you go ukilala njaa, utalala njaa useme ati mimi as long as baba ako happy wacha tu nilale njaa. You can't have kids you are sleeping hungry and you say no. And now you people, even those people who are blaming, oh, sijui nini Kikuyu, sijui went and looted shop. When there's demonstration, how many shops get looted in Kisumu? How many supermarkets get looted in Kisumu? Let us not be stupid. Sometimes it's good hata wewe pia utumie intelligent ufikirie. Before you come out you open your phone and you go public and nini, hata you see sasa these Kikuyus have been looting sijui the shops, one of their own, wanaendelea kwa nini, wanaingia kwa shops, wana loot shops za watu wao na nini, like the looting that happened I don't know in Nyeri and somewhere you are complaining so much. When demonstrations happen in Kisumu, in Migori and in Homa Bay, does shops not get looted? People loot shops, people vandalize property. That usually happens. So these people in Nairobi, the shit that people are doing in Nairobi and in Nyeri, it's not different from what people do in Nyanza when there are demonstrations. No one supports vandalization of things. No one is happy when his business is nini. But let us address issues. These things happen anytime there are demonstration in Nyanza, and now it's now proving that even in Central these things happen. Because the problem with maybe our people from Nyanza, sometimes they always feel like it is only them who can do something successful. It is only them who can successfully demonstrate. It is only them who can come out and do things and people Kenyan feel. But now it is the other communities are proving Luos, not even the Luos, they are proving, especially let me just say the Luos, they are proving Luos wrong. That they can still come out and fight for and agitate for their rights. Because Luos have always stood as these people that they are not the only one who fights for people's rights. They are the only one who suffer for people's rights in this country. But now it's coming out that even other communities can still come out and fight for their rights. So my point moving forward is this, is that the president moving forward, and I think you are going to see hapa mbele, there are going to be a lot of shake-up in this government. Because it is now coming to reality that the president now will have to sit down and start looking for another way. Because Raila is no longer viable for his re-election in 2027. He has realized that Raila's influence is now being reduced to a Nyanza influence. That Raila cannot influence anybody beyond Nyanza. So that is the reality. So there are going to be a lot of shake-ups up in Mbele. There are going to be a lot of push and pull between UDA and ODM because once you realize that this person is no longer useful, then you don't need to start holding him in high regards anymore. So there are going to be those shake-ups here and there, and I think it's going to be messy. But the reality is, as in the Baba we used to know, the influence has dwindled. That is the reality. The influence has dwindled completely. Massive. So it's a wait and see. But for me, that is it. So you tell me what you think. But this video specifically on Raila's influence. Do you think that Raila still has influence that can make any impact to anyone who is a candidate in 2027? Because for me, I don't feel so. He has been reduced to just a small section of this of the community, to this just one community, because I don't think he has that influence that he used to have anymore. So tell us in the comment section, but above it all, just remain objective. Do not insult anyone, do not attack anyone, stick to the issues, stick to the topic. Okay? So thank you. So that one, until next time. But if you want to support this platform, my number is always there. Always feel free to support this platform. We are creating a platform whereby it is safe for people to come and speak politics in a mature way. I don't entertain insults, and I repeat, I don't entertain insult and personal attacks. And what I mean by personal attack, when you start insulting people, when you start insulting their children, when you start insulting their nini, no, stick to the issues. As a person, do you feel like his influence is there or not? Stick to the issues. So thank you, until next time, bye bye.
The African Update.